So Redwire stock, or RDW, just broke a critical support level, and the short-term traders definitely are going to want to pay attention because, guys, this is a short-term caution, long-term, not killer of thesis, but a setup that you're going to want to watch. Momentum traders potentially could be in a tough spot as things are getting shaken out here. And the question isn't whether Redwire's fundamentals have changed. Things are looking good there, but it's the chart, it's the momentum, it's also how things have been reacting as the SpaceX IPO launched this last week. And let's talk about whether this is a buying opportunity or not and jump into the full breakdown for Redwire. So the first thing that we have here is we're looking for a potential support level around this $15 level, but that if they did break below, we'd be looking at a much more bearish scenario where you get this continued trend downward and you get the next levels or targets down to that $12 range. We've been talking about this stock stabilizing around $12 a share because back here over the last year and a half, we've been covering this one. We've seen it as low as $5-6 a share, and we've seen it as high as $26 a share, especially recently. And we've been really assessing the fair value to be between $12 and $15 a share. As it's made that run up to $26 and we see it sell down to now $13.73, that reality of seeing it between that $12 to $15 a share makes a lot of sense. And there's one reason that I believe the stock is selling down. That reason is the SpaceX IPO. I don't know if you guys saw, but almost every space stock sold off when SpaceX was up. And now, as after hours, some of the stocks are doing well, SpaceX is selling off. Now, I personally bought SpaceX at IPO, and it's been good so far, but there's some things that have been shifting, and it's definitely disrupting this entire space tech market. Number one, you could look at SpaceX entering and passing Amazon. SpaceX just passed Amazon, and again, Redwire is one of the top companies in the defense markets that specializes in the Artemis 2 missions, in missile defense, in the global Golden Dome, and they also are heavily influenced or heavily involved in the defense markets. However, they're a space company as well. They're kind of in that same conversation as a company like Black Sky, who does AI surveillance of down on Earth, or maybe Rocket Lab, and that they have their launches and they do end-to-end space technology, or even AST. They're in the similar kind of conversation. This type of infrastructure up in space, they're doing the 5G. AST is doing 5G technology for cellular broadband down on Earth. But Redwire is focused heavily on the infrastructure for all power across orbits, and they're working with NASA on some very big missions. And the Golden Dome for America deals have been very large for them. And so the reason I bring up SpaceX in this conversation, if you look at what just happened, SpaceX surges past Amazon to a $2.66 trillion valuation. So we now have seen them add about $1 trillion since IPO. If you look at the reality, if you were to just go over to Prophecy, for example, and search Amazon, let's just search Amazon real quick. Amazon on a quarterly basis in income, at least last quarter, came in with $151 billion. Okay. If we were to look at SPCX here, SpaceX. So we're comparing a $4.7 billion income statement. I mean, you can assess the bullishness of space technology and not betting against Elon. But then you have these walls where you do have to acknowledge the fact that, for example, the revenues at $4.7 billion on SpaceX, they're at a $2.66 trillion valuation, whereas they just passed Amazon, who has $2.65 trillion, but they're actually doing $181 billion per quarter. When we're looking at the comparison, SpaceX is starting to look really, I'm a buyer of it. It's great, but it is looking like it's surged up to $230 at one point earlier today. And so as this happens, you start to see, okay, what if we get a big pullback in SpaceX? Does that mean that the space tech market's going to go up? Probably not. First, we saw a lot of allocation out of space tech in order to buy SpaceX. And after the fact of this huge amount of capital coming into SpaceX, now you're going to have valuations be assessed. You're going to, you see it already starting to maybe get rejected here, and we could see some potential bigger pullbacks. What happens after that? Well, you now got to look at the impacts and say, oh, does that mean things are going to go well? Everybody's going to sell their SpaceX and they're going to put it back into the space tech market. I wouldn't be so sure. I think just from a psychological perspective, looking at Redwire, for example, again, as they are approaching their fair value, which is where I've kind of believed them to be at 12 to 15 bucks a share. If there's sell-offs in SpaceX, we're most likely, in my eyes, going to be seeing data centers as the main company to be looking at, semiconductors, getting back into Mag 7, like NVIDIA, for example. I think robotics is not even run up and it's been fairly neglected. Even quantum had a really nice day the other day, and now they're kind of holding at some levels that, they've been a little quiet over the last few months. And so if you're looking at the top markets where people are going to allocate into, it's possible that this big surge on Redwire up to $28, it could be a while before we see those levels again. And so the reason why I say that is not because, I'm a bear on the stock, but I hold this stock personally, and I've held it up to $28 before. It's not the first time. I've held it up to those levels in the past, up here, started covering it back in 2024 even. And so I've seen it up to 26. I've seen it down to 4. I've seen it up to 28 just recently, and we're now at 13. And I'm just going to continue to hold this one. I think it's a really great long-term play. If you look at Redwire from a perspective of their revenues and some of their new contracts that they've recently signed, they're looking fairly favorable as they've got the integrity of the US government spending. That's a big one where you just see huge influx into space tech markets and missile defense. And they have seen a lot of contracts as a result, including a $151 billion deal that they're a part of. There's some other smaller $20 million deals. There was another $2.6 billion deal they're a part of. There's that $20 million deal. And the reality is that their market cap is still fairly low. They're in a good spot. And it's possible you get that short-term pullback and then everything starts to rally more in the space tech market. But just realizing that SpaceX is at an all-time high, it's riding the hype right now. Looking at prophecy, I was seeing some negative projections on Redwire into the next few days and weeks. And I see that their financials look good. $3.7 billion market cap is not too bad when you're doing $100 million per quarter and you have assets of over $1.5 billion with your declining liabilities, which is excellent. Institutions are bullish on Redwire. They continue to buy. Insiders are a little bit different. I don't know that we were completely bullish on the insider activity. We can see here. Looks bearish, actually. You had some insiders selling as of recently into June here. But institutions still net buying for the most part. And then you've got the valuations fair. I don't think we're in a position where targeting continually up into, we were saying 25 could be the target when we were down around 18, 20 bucks a share because of the momentum and anticipation leading up to the SpaceX IPO. But if you look at any of the videos that we went over, it's the psychology of the anticipation. People buy things on Amazon or they buy things on eBay or wherever you're buying stuff online nowadays, Lululemon, or maybe you're buying it wherever. You are buying the anticipation of the thing more than the actual thing itself. People pay, and their desire has scientifically been proven to be more than majority of that desire has been fulfilled by them purchasing the order, the anticipation of getting it. They don't actually get the full satisfaction of getting it in the mail, receiving it, taking it out of the package, as much as they did in actually purchasing it. And so that's what we see here time and time again with a lot of IPOs. We see it with the space tech market, where a lot of anticipation for SpaceX IPO. All the stocks continue to rally and rally all the way up to the day of the IPO. And then you get a little pullback ahead of it and then a break in pattern. We see some sell-offs in most of the space tech market after the SpaceX IPO. So the anticipation was the big bull move, and then now we see this recovery potential. But for the most part, you're still looking at those post IPO sell-offs, and that's what we're seeing currently. So how severe could this be, especially with Redwire? You got that previous resistance here at $15 a share or $12 a share, where they could potentially find a support here. We saw them find support back in May at around this level, 13 bucks a share. They're down to 13 now, and you could see that level. But what you most likely, even if we do get that reversal, let's say on the short term with Redwire, you still have this downtrend, the lowering resistance here where it's getting sold off, and you can see that the lower highs right there. And then you have lowering support, the lower lows here, finding no support there, continually breaking down. And then you have this potential support here, but what we could see is that continuation of trend even further down. And that's where you get to see those sell downs into, 10 bucks a share. Wouldn't like to see that, of course. In fact, again, I'm anticipating they stabilize in these ranges of around 12 to 15. That's where they should be from a financial perspective. And we'll see though, as the whole market is really volatile, and we've said the short-term caution is important in the short term. I think, we will see Redwire into the next year or two have those targets back into those $20 ranges, if not higher. I would imagine that in the longer term timeframes, Redwire being a $20 to $30 to $40 stock would make a lot of sense given their growth financially and the contracts that they're seeing and the market they're in. It's just a very fast growing market. So they look good in that regard. But anybody trading them on a short-term trade, looking to make money in a day or in just a few days or a week, you got to have this risk management. Realize that they are in the downtrend, they are selling down. And while the SpaceX IPO, the anticipation was the big driver before, now that it's happened, it may not be as sunshines and rainbows as people would anticipate. It's just going to continue up into new highs. So just keeping in mind the fair value, the financials is one thing, but then also realizing that there could be more market volatility with the Fed and with the new announcements from SpaceX as they just acquired Cursor. It's pretty obvious that if SpaceX is merging with xAI, they're acquiring Cursor today, which is one of the top companies that I've personally probably paid tens of thousands of dollars, as we've used them quite a bit for building on our team at Prophecy. The Cursor SPCX acquisition, it was a $60 billion deal, and they now acquired Cursor. Cursor is a company that allows you to essentially use top AI models to code for you, similar to how Prophecy kind of works, where you can use top AI models to get projections on stocks for you and do the analysis for you. And you can build kind of your financial view and your financial machine. And Cursor just got acquired for $60 billion. So what does that mean? Well, SpaceX is obviously leaning heavy towards the AI, towards the software. And while SpaceX is one play, I think Elon knows the revenue alone from Starlink or what have you isn't going to sustain a $2.66 trillion valuation. They need AI companies like Cursor. They need xAI to be a part of it, which they recently merged, and possibly even some sort of merger that ties together with Tesla. It's possible that that will be a case as well. So we'll be watching there, and we do have long-term positions on Redwire, but short-term volatility is key to watch now as it continues to sell down with a possible support at $13. So looking at Prophecy, the nearest support is at $12.87 with nearest resistance at $13.50. It's currently right there around that $13.50 mark. So if we see it break back above $13.75, $14, you could see that breakout. If it breaks above $15 a share, then we start to see a potential recovery and continuation. But we will potentially be trading it at market open if the opportunity presents itself. If you would like to tune on in and join our market sessions, it's the second link in the description below. We've got a huge sale there. It's not getting any better than this. If you want to tune on in at market open, watch my entries and my exits, then again, just simply take a look at the second link in the description below. If I earned your thumbs up, hit the like button. Do consider subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.